Welcome to English in a Minute. Americans use this idiom in both business and personal conversations.
Know the ropes.
I get to go to New York City next month for the first time. I'm really excited, but also nervous about finding my way around.
Here is what you should do. Call my friend Sierra. She has lived in New York for more than 15 years. She knows the ropes, and she would be happy to show you around.
If you know the ropes, you know how to do something, or how to get something done. You know about a certain situation or how a job works. This idiom probably comes from sailing. To be a good sailor, one must know how to tie and use the ropes and sails. If you are good at something, you can say you know the ropes. And that's English in a Minute. Welcome to English in a Minute. When you listen to American English, you might hear this.
Last-ditch effort.
Let's find out what it means. Listen.
Did you watch that basketball game last night?
Yeah, that shot at the end of the game was a real last-ditch effort to try and win. But it's hard to make the basket from that far away.
Too bad he didn't make it. He could have won the game for the team.
A last-ditch effort is a final attempt to succeed at something. It is a difficult thing to do. It may or may not work. In our example, the basketball player's last-ditch effort to make a basket did not work, and his team lost the game. And that's English in a Minute. Welcome to English in a Minute. Who doesn't like fresh fruit picked right from the tree? But are Anna and Jonathan really talking about picking fruit? Let's find out.
Low-hanging fruit.
If we want really good sales numbers, we first need to sell this new product to our current customers.
Absolutely. Our current customers are low-hanging fruit. They already love our products.
The hard part is going to be finding thousands of new customers.
On a tree, the low-hanging fruit is easy to pick. It takes more effort to climb a ladder to pick the right fruit from the top of the tree. The same can be said for a thing or even a person. Anyone or anything that can be won over or gained very easily is low-hanging fruit. And that's English in a Minute.
Welcome to English in a Minute, where we teach you all about idioms in American English. If people tell you that you need to make up your mind, what do you think they mean? Let's listen.
I'd like to go to France to see the Eiffel Tower, or Italy for the awesome food, or maybe Spain for the amazing beaches.
Okay, make up your mind. Make up your mind.
Make up your mind is a way of saying make a decision or pick something. It might mean making a choice from two or more things. Some people have trouble making a decision, so others might tell them, make up your mind and pick one.
Make up your mind.
And that's English in a Minute.
Welcome to English in a Minute. Americans use a lot of abbreviated or shortened expressions. What do you think this abbreviation means?
MIA.
Jonathan, how have you been? It has been so long since I've seen you.
Yeah, I've been MIA for a while. I went down to Brazil and spent 2 weeks with my family in Rio de Janeiro. I just got back a few days ago.
I hear Rio is so exciting with beautiful beaches and music.
Yeah, I might just go MIA again soon.
MIA is an abbreviation for missing in action. You can use this expression when someone disappears and you don't see them for a long time. People in the military say a soldier is MIA if that person is not found after a battle. And that's English in a Minute.
Welcome to English in a Minute, where we teach you all about idioms in American English. Idioms in American English can be hard to understand, so let's see if we can figure out what this idiom means.
Miss the point. Okay, so now do you understand?
I'm not sure. Can you explain it again? I think I missed the point.
Okay, I'll explain it one more time.
It sounds like someone does not understand something. And that's exactly what miss the point means. When you miss the point, it means that you don't understand something. You can use this phrase in any situation, and everybody in America will understand you.
Miss the point.
And that's English in a Minute. Welcome to English in a Minute. If you have ever heard American English before, you have probably heard this phrase.
That's just my 2 cents.
Does it make you wonder what pennies have to do with giving someone advice? Let's listen and find out.
I love Nickelback.
I think their music is really boring and everybody doesn't like them, but that's just my 2 cents.
My 2 cents is a different way of saying my opinion or my thoughts on the subject. 2 cents isn't a lot of money. So saying something is just my 2 cents worth is saying that your opinion might not be worth that much to someone else. In life, everyone will not always agree with you. So saying this lets people know that. That's English in a Minute.
Welcome to English in a Minute. Biting your nails is a bad habit, but can you figure out what this expression means?
Nail biter.
I am so excited to watch the soccer game tonight.
I know! Both teams are really good.
I think it will be a real nail biter. It's probably going to come down to the final minutes.
A nail biter is something that causes stress or makes you feel nervous. Many people who are nervous do actually bite their nails, which is where this expression comes from. In our example, Jonathan guessed that the soccer game would be a nail biter and that no one would know who would win until the final moments of the game. And that's English in a Minute. Welcome to English in a Minute. A bud is a young flower that has not yet opened. So, what do you think this American idiom means?
Nip it in the bud.
Listen to these friends talking.
My new neighbor is driving me crazy. She keeps coming over to my apartment uninvited. And then she will not leave.
Oh, you need to nip that in the bud. Just tell her to call before coming over. Or just don't answer the door.
If you nip it in the bud, you stop something from becoming a bigger problem. Nip means to cut. So if you cut a flower while it is still a bud, it cannot grow any bigger. When you nip something in the bud, you stop it from growing. And that's English in a Minute.
Welcome to English in a Minute, where we teach you all about idioms in American English. Like most people, Americans want to look good. And many people exercise every day. Have you ever heard this phrase?
No pain, no gain.
Hey, you look great. Have you been exercising?
Yeah, every day for the last 3 months.
Oh, it must be so hard to exercise for so long.
Yeah, but I want to look good, and you know, no pain, no gain.
In American English, to gain something means to get something. And often, it takes hard work, especially when you are exercising. So, in our example, although it might be hard to exercise so much, in the end, she gained the look she wanted. No pain, no gain. And that's English in a Minute.
Welcome to English in a Minute. Here's an idiom about arguments and legs.
Not have a leg to stand on.
Let's listen to my friends talking and using this American idiom.
At first, the insurance company didn't believe me when I said the driver ran the red light before hitting my car. But there's a video that clearly showed his car going through the red light.
Oh, in that case, he doesn't have a leg to stand on. He's going to have to pay to fix your car.
Not having a leg to stand on means a person does not have any evidence to support his or her argument. Without evidence, your argument does not stand up under questioning because if you think about it, not having a leg would make it difficult to stand. And that's English in a Minute. Welcome to English in a Minute. Pins and needles are small, sharp, thin metal objects often used when sewing. But what do you think it means when people say this?
On pins and needles.
Oh, hi. Hey, how did your audition go last weekend?
I think it went okay, but I won't hear back from the casting director until the middle of next week.
Oh, the waiting game is the worst.
Got that right. I'm going to be on pins and needles until I get that phone call.
If someone is on pins and needles, they are very nervous or anxious. It is usually used to describe someone who is waiting to hear news about something really important to them. It is hard to relax if you are on pins and needles. And that's English in a Minute. Welcome to English in a Minute. This idiom sounds like it's about a chair.
Edge of your seat.
That sounds a little risky, right?
Hey, what are you watching?
This movie is so exciting. It has had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. I can't wait to see how it's going to end.
Oh, I've seen this movie. You're right. It kept me on the edge of my seat, too. I can't believe the main character dies.
Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot.
If something keeps you on the edge of your seat, you are feeling excited or maybe nervous about what is going to happen next. We usually use this expression when talking about watching a movie, a performance, or reading a book. And that's English in a Minute. Welcome to English in a Minute. If two people are on the same page in a book, they are reading the same thing. But is that what this idiom really means?
On the same page.
That restaurant was great, but I hate coming home smelling like cigarette smoke.
I hear you. I wish the city would finally ban smoking indoors.
We're definitely on the same page there.
If you are on the same page as someone, it means you are thinking in a similar way. It means you have a similar opinion about someone or something, or have the same understanding about a topic. You don't actually have to be reading the same book as someone to have the same idea. This idiom can be used in all situations. And that's English in a Minute.
Welcome to English in a Minute, where we teach you all about idioms in American English. Have you ever heard the American English idiom,
Once in a blue moon?
it doesn't mean that the moon is blue. So let's listen to this American English conversation to find out how it is used.
Where did you say your brother lives? He lives all the way in Minnesota, so I never get to see him. I only get to see him once in a blue moon.
Once in a blue moon is a common way of saying that something does not happen often. But what is a blue moon? We typically see a full moon once a month. And seeing two full moons in the same month is rare. The second full moon in a particular month is called a blue moon. Once in a blue moon is an informal phrase, and that's English in a Minute.